When it comes to anything that I know I use a lot and often,
Yeah.
price is an issue.
Yeah.
Fridge,
Give me the best one.
mattress,
Yeah.
fucking send it. I'll spend a lot of money on that shit.
Yeah.
Couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for my couch.
Me too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Did I tell you I bought one?
I don't know. So, I feel like most of the stories of your couch have been moving the couch.
Yeah, I think we did it. We talked about it here. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe I was
They're
depleted.
comfy. They're good.
Maybe it was the hungover episode.
A similar colour to the non-worn versions of these.
Yeah.
The light bluish for the ear
Yeah.
people who can't see what we're talking about.
I honestly reckon I bought the comfiest couch in the world.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm
I refuse to because I know we're going to move house
backing
again.
myself. I'm backing myself. I went all out this one. It cost me a fortune.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, back to myself. It's like, it's that comfy when you sit in the upright position, you also have the ability to recline it.
Yeah.
So I was like, that is a telltale sign of a very comfy chair.
Yep. I'm in.
So yeah, I'm super excited.
In.
The only fear I have is that the couch is going in a room where the TV's further away and the good TV's in the other room.
Yeah, you're not to swap them.
Well, one of them's like North Smart TV, so the one in the new couch room, we'll call it, is the older TV from the other house.
Yeah, okay.
But it's not a smart telly.
Yeah, so you can run Google in it.
Yeah, and I've gotten too used to
smart
television life. Yeah. I think I might have to just buy another $5,000 TV. No,
I bought this fancy ass fucking TV like 6 weeks before we moved.
Yeah.
I reckon I've watched it 6 times.
Yeah.
Since we moved.
I watch all my YouTube on TV.
Yeah, we've been watching. We're like, I know it's funny. Like we don't watch TV, and the one time that you shouldn't watch TV, we do watch TV
before bed.
No. When we eat dinner.
Oh, really?
We sit down and watch a show.
Yeah.
And then close the laptop and either hang out, read book or whatever. But we just watch YouTube on the laptop. Which is it creates enough friction you don't want to do it for a long time.
Yeah.
Which is good.
That's fair enough. Yeah, it's not comfortable.
Yeah.
I've been watching like Break 75 every Saturday morning.
Yeah.
I'll like go downstairs. I'll like put on the big TV.
So we do that on the laptop. Yeah. Everything except F1. We watch F1 on TV.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
Because KO Live on the laptop sucks.
Yeah. KO sucks in general.
It does. It's trash.
Yeah, it's a joke of it.
Yeah. Next year I'm going to VPN the international one.
Yeah. I have a VPN. I should do that.
Yeah, Sky News.
I don't really
Sky subscription.
I feel like I don't take advantage of my VPN as much as I should.
We don't either. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
just like heaps of shit on Netflix.
Just have it for
Yeah.
security purposes. That's it.
I really like UK television. I feel like I should
Yeah.
watch their Netflix.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I hate Hollywood stuff.
I think a VPN gets around that little password situation too.
Does it?
Well,
I haven't tried to get in yet.
Well, my understanding is that it was like, because when the message came up, it was like to let us know if this is the primary residence of who owns the subscription. Clearly not.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, so it obviously just traces IP addresses, and then if there's an external IP address that's not from this place, then they're going to be like, well, this doesn't add up.
Yeah.
VPN solves that problem.
Yeah.
Because you can't trace the IP
Where
address.
it is. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't tried to get on yet, but I'm assuming when I do,
So you just pick Australia.
This house will be like, no, it lives at this house, and you're not in that house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll get locked out, but we'll see.
Just VPN life, bro.
Yeah.
Is that $20 a year or something?
Yeah, we've got
25?
one. We just don't use it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Amy needed one for work or some shit.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to buy one because
I've never used one, so I don't actually understand how they work, so I've just haven't opened that box.
It's really easy. It should be like a program that opens up when you're on your computer all the time.
Right.
And then it's just like you get to select where you want the connection to go from. You just pick the fastest thing, it'll just select the fastest connection in the country.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, but then you can connect in like servers all around the world.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to buy like potentially the NBA League Pass from Guatemala or something. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, cool.
For your 30 pesos or whatever.
Yeah, because I think the Sky Sports subscription's cheaper than KO.
Yeah.
And you get, like you would watch
the soccer and stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a great idea. I didn't even think about doing that.
Yeah, because
the soccer season's over now, but whatever.
I think Sky has a golf too.
Maybe.
So you wouldn't need KO at all.
Yeah, that's good. That's real good. So, what do you reckon? Like my jumper?
Well, I thought it was mine, so...
Yeah, so Ben walked in and thought I was wearing his clothes.
Because I left my jumper here, and I was like, maybe he took it home.
Yeah,
you had one similar
it's
to
like, this looks good. I might just wear this.
Yeah. But apparently I insulted him because it's much more expensive than the industry one.
Yeah, so Adrian, you better be watching this because I literally have been wearing this for 3 hours just for you.
Sweating balls.
Man, I'm telling you now, The GSM on this bad boy is fucking wild. It is so thick.
Talking about tough topics too.
Oh, yeah. It's heavy. This thing's anabolic, man. It's like applying mechanical tension to my muscles as we speak. So heavy. This is like, this jumper is the example of when you want to buy something and you don't know what to buy, you just end up buying something to a T.
Yep.
So I went to a sneaker convention and I was like, I want to get, I think it was like the Off-White Prestos. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I want them. I'm not going to stop until I get them.
Yeah. So
I'm like going around, whatever. And what I didn't realize is like the sneaker convention was just like a bunch of people wanting to sell sneakers. It wasn't a bunch of stores.
Yeah.
So it's just people that have like collected sneakers and then trying to sell them to make money, which is fine.
Yeah.
If you're a scumbag. No, I'm kidding. So I couldn't find them in the size that I wanted. And I had a pair of shoes in my hands that I was going to buy and they were like $1,500 or something. And I was like, fuck, I just can't. The Maltese and he's just screaming, don't do this, right? So I'm
Go to Rivers, Jason.
So I'm like fucking just walking around this fucking sneaker convention just like, I'm not fucking leaving this place without something.
Yeah.
So I'm like looking for T-shirts, whatever. And then I see this jumper. And I'm like, okay, I really like this jumper. Mm-hmm. So got the person to like undo the fucking padlock and shit because everything's, all padlocked up. Put it on and I'm like, okay, I'm going to get this. Didn't ask for the price though. So I walk up to pay for it, and they were like, it'll be $680. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. And then I bought it, and I reckon I've worn this thing like 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got to about 105 kilos.
It's not the oversized fit that I normally see you wear either.
Nah, it's like normal fit. It's probably just fit me now because I've been too big. Yeah, too big, too fat. Too fat.
Yeah.
To kind of fit it. So it was like, real tight shit.
Yeah.
But I kind of forgot I had it. And then Adrian and I were just talking about like fucking jumpers and, just shit. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I've got a Supreme jumper in my wardrobe that I'd never wear. And he's like, I want to see it. So here we are. Here we are with the T-shirt on. Yeah. So with the jumper on. But yeah, I get sucked in like that sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would definitely
sometimes / nearly every time.
Will definitely be the most expensive item of clothing I own.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a couple
what's the most expensive item of clothing you have?
I think
outside of like a suit, like I've got it.
Well, yeah, my jacket that I wore to my 30th.
Yeah.
Was maybe like $400.
Yeah.
That would be it.
Yeah,
That'd be the most expensive for sure.
Sometimes the it's worth spending like the extra money because you get the quality, but not always.
Yeah. Definitely.
Like I've bought like it's like heaps of people like that. It's essentials like the Fear of God or whatever.
Yep.
And I think I got like the first releases of that stuff. So I got it before it was cool. And this shit just didn't last. So I spent like $280 on a T-shirt. And it's like goes through the wash like 2 or 3 times, and it's just like all twisted. Like kind of faded. Yeah. And I'm like, fuck, man, like. Yeah. Like that's I think from when it's like a T-shirt or a long sleeve or something, it's probably. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Either that or it's just like, maybe the way I was wearing it and what I was wearing it to, just like it was a bit too rough. Like, maybe I sweat too much and shit. Like, who knows?
I bought a bomber jacket, a Chicago bomber jacket from the NBA store on 5th Avenue.
Yeah.
That was pretty expensive. But
bomber jackets are sick. They're coming back.
Well,
have you still got it?
So I bought it and I was like, I'm just going to wear it. It's fucking bright red. It's a Chicago Bulls one. And it's red with the logo and only black cuffs. And I was like, this is not going to work in Australia, but I don't care. I'm going to buy it anyway. Yeah. And then, I walked in, was shopping the other week, and I was like, holy fuck. And I think I'll nearly fit back into it now.
Yeah, yeah. They're definitely back in.
Because when I was in the States, I was like, I reckon maybe this weight.
Yeah.
Like 85-ish.
Yeah. Bomber jackets come in like every 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
It's like they're just, there's another wave.
Yeah, and it's immaculate. Like, I've worn it a lot, but it's immaculate. Yeah, it's really, really nice.
No, they're sick. They're sick. So I have a problem.
Yeah.
I bought protein. Mm-hmm. And I sent it to my old address.
Oh, I did the same thing, bro.
Yeah, but I've bought protein since then, and it went to my new house.
Yeah, did you go there?
No, so I got this phone call last night at 9 o'clock, and it's like, oh, yeah, is this Jason? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, you have a parcel that's been delivered to my house. And I said, oh, just, where do you live? My old address. Like, oh, I used to live there. And he's like, yeah, I know. I was like, how'd you get this number? Like, how did you get that?
Yeah.
So, He was like, "Oh, just come get it anytime." He's like, "Oh, I just want to let you know your package is safe."
Yeah.
Obviously,
Good
doesn't
on
like
him.
protein. No, it's good. Hey,
good on him.
Weapon.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm telling you now, if 5 kilos of protein rocked up to my house,
Yeehaw!
and that ain't in my name, I'm having that shit.
Yeah. We had an office chair delivered.
Yeah.
And they put it at the wrong house.
Yeah.
We got a fucking photo of this chair, right? Against the door. Walked 3 doors and went, that's the house. Knocked on the door. Hey, did you get a computer chair delivered? Nah. Mark, okay. Well, kind of looks like you did. So,
Well,
I'll ask my wife. Disappears, comes back. Nah, didn't come here. So we had to just contact the company and be like, we didn't get the chair. Don't know where you've delivered it, but it wasn't at our house. It's gone.
Yeah.
So thankfully they sent us another one. But I'm fucking 95% sure
they just took the chair.
that they just kept the chair, man.
Wow.
They were like, nah.
Have you ever had someone's food come to your house?
Like an Uber or something?
Yeah.
Nah, I'd keep it though.
Our neighbours got our food, and I remember just knocked on the door after about an hour, and then he just answers the door with the pizza. It's like,
they'll come.
Why didn't you just fucking drop it off if it wasn't,
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't really come up on the thing, right? Like the order, where it's from, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of gave me my cold ass pizza. I was like, fuck.
Yeah. Do you want story time?
Hey, mate. Is it country story of the week?
Nah, different. So when we left Essendon, moved out here, so we were having issues with the place we were living in, kept flooding.
Yeah.
And the owners were refusing to get a professional in to have a look.
Yeah.
And was clearly coming up through the slab. And they were in the roof every
I
time,
remember this.
patching shit up, right?
Yeah.
So I'm talking so you remember the layout of the house.
Yeah.
It was touching the master bedroom.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Which is the whole house, people. That's fucking
Yeah.
spreading from the front of the house all the way into the carpet and shit. So where I was working was where it was flooding. And I'm like, these floorboards underneath me are molding as I sit here.
Yeah. Just
so this
expanding.
Is fucked up, right? So we had all of these dramas, blah, blah, blah. Jail happened. So I was like, this rent, when I can't go anywhere, sucks. So I moved back to Point Cook. So ordered something on PayPal. And I did it again last week. PayPal address was saved and just, go. Fuck. Thinking that I'm going to enter my address on the business site, but they pulled it from PayPal. I did.
That's how they get you.
The woolen pants that I was talking about last week.
No.
I fucking sent them to Point Cook. Thankfully, no one's living there yet. So just when I get the confirmation, just Tam, go get my pants.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we go to this place. Well, Amy goes, knocks on the door, hey, we've had a couple of packages delivered in the last couple of days. Do you have them? And the lady was super nice. Yeah. Got them, all good. And she's like, just a question. Did you guys have any flooding when you lived here? And we're like, yeah. When we moved out, all the floorboards were ripped up. For a month, 12 months we've been complaining about this. She's like, They told us that it was a new problem. So we were able to send the email thread that we'd been having with the real estate agent and the owner for the whole time to this chick.
Yeah.
And then
this lady's obviously the new tenant.
Yeah. So they had to cease her lease immediately.
Yeah.
Pay for her relocation, including removalists and everything. Bond refund 100%. Wow. They had to relocate her. I'm like, serves you right.
What do you get for being
shit.
a scumbag?
Yeah. Trying to cut costs and fucking over people. So they were charging. So this was a 1.5-ish 2-bedroom unit in Essendon. It was $650 a week with a double lockup.
Yeah.
They had the owner's ute was parked in the garage so she couldn't use it. And they had half the backyard ripped up trying to find where everything was. Charging her full rent.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's amazing what people will pay.
Yeah. And she was newly separated, had a kid, just found herself my daughter goes to school in the school zone, so I have to be in the school zone.
Moved, yeah.
So got to pay whatever I've got to pay. I can't afford to move again. So thankfully they had to front the whole thing.
So if you didn't send those packages there,
she would have been fighting it for ages. We would have had to go through VCAT
living underwater and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane, man.
Wild.
Yeah, fuck, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the STCfit podcast, where we talk about all things nutrition, training, and how to live your best life. If you want some more information about coaching, our free resources, and other fitness-related content, be sure to check us out on our website at www.stcfit.com. All right, let's get to the episode. How's the training going?
It's good.
Yeah.
Speaking of clothing, I decided to do another run. So September 24th.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Some Grand Prix thing.
We're doing Run the Albert Park track, which would be sick. Yeah. Not hills this time.
So that's the race track that they do?
Yeah, so literally run the track. So you start in pit lane, finish in pit lane.
So what's the distance in that one?
So I'm doing the 5.
Nice.
They've got a 5, a 10, and a half.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it'll be fun. So they're advertising as like the fastest run you can do because there's no hills.
Of course.
And it's perfect
good
surface.
Conditions. Yeah. What day? What month was that?
September. So it's like 12 weeks.
Yeah.
I did my first run Monday.
Okay.
Which was my first run post last run.
Yeah.
And my foot was good, so that was
a
relief.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and it was pretty fast actually. I'm sore, but it was pretty fast.
So is that taking the precedence of your kind of training and stuff, or are you still going to be still going to be lifting weights and
Yeah. So I think I'd like to get down, I say this every week, but down to about 80 kilos. And then go from there, training wise. I think we were talking last week, introduced a little bit more heavy lifting.
Yeah.
And yes, my dumbbells did go up this week. Like I said, skill acquisition happened.
That thing we talked about.
PR, bruh.
Yeah.
I'll still weight train 4 days a week.
Yeah.
So interesting, because I know you want to talk about nutrition today. I don't want to word it this way because I don't want to be
that guy,
that person. But I've basically given myself a 30-day challenge.
Yeah.
So I have to either run, gym, or golf every day. No days off.
Every day.
One.
You're that guy.
One.
Yeah.
Not all.
Is golf like just go to the driving range?
Range counts.
Yeah, cool.
So, it's just like
I'll go to the range 3 days a week then.
It's just like get out of the house.
Yeah, I get it.
Do something.
Yeah.
And then I have identified that the majority of my calorie intake, because I don't track at the moment. I haven't for about a year.
Yeah.
A too high a percentage of my calories are consumed after 7 p.m.
Yeah.
So I'm #intermittent fasting, aka just not eating after 7 so I don't eat like an asshole.
So you're time restricting your feeding.
That's a better way of explaining it, yes. Yeah.
So
yeah.
So what, do you have a time when you feed, you break the fast though, or you just after 7 just no more food kind of thing?
Yeah, so I have a habit in the morning already. So I don't eat usually till 9:30, 10.
Yeah.
Between 9 and 10 sometime.
Yeah.
So I'll get up, I technically break the fast because I have milk and sugar in my cup of tea.
Yeah. What do they say? It's over 50 calories. But it's once calories go in, it's the fast is over, bro.
Yeah. But there's enough caffeine in it to...
Isn't it even fluid when you think about it? It's fast is nothing.
Yeah. So there's enough caffeine in it to curb the hunger till 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I guess, my window is 9 till 7.
Yeah.
That I eat my food.
Yeah.
I still have a disproportionate amount of my calories at dinner.
Yeah.
But, it's stopped it's 9 o'clock. I wouldn't mind some chocolate. It's just
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you think it would fit your calories or I play golf today. It's fine. I can have some extra food.
Yeah.
It's just cuts all that. It's just
it's
7
hard.
o'clock, no more.
Falling into that mindset's tough. Falling out of that mindset sometimes tough.
Yeah.
Move. The more I move, the more I can eat kind of thing. It's
it's been wild, man. No matter what I do, I've just stayed the same way. And it's in a bad way. I'm getting away with it.
Yeah.
I have a weekend where I'll just eat like a prick.
Yeah, you're probably just doing enough during the week to balance it out.
And I stand on the scale once the fluids come down by Tuesday, I'm like, it's the same weight.
Yeah.
So I'm not punished by it. So I don't change the behavior enough. So now, I want to actively reduce my body weight. It's okay, that's a strategy that will service that.
I had that reflection the other day. I was I could just easily stay at this body composition.
Yeah.
Without any effort.
Yeah.
It's just I know I hit 200 grams plus protein per day.
Yep.
And I'm happy to just eat the way I'm eating. And then it's just on the weekend, if we did have stuff and whatever went over for whatever reason, it's I know I could just sit here.
Yeah.
No problems.
Yeah. And I'll consider 86.6, 86.4 day in, day out.
Yeah.
Bump up a kilo for a day, and then it come back straight back down.
Yeah.
Like drink, eat, go out. Like we had that massive fucking feed after the photo shoot.
Oh, that didn't even...
2 days later, same weight.
Yeah, I ate an obnoxious amount of food that
yeah. To be fair, I didn't eat dinner that night. But
me too.
Yeah, so like we still have...
Something's got to give though if you want to...
Yeah. And
if you want to move things further though, like now it's like something has to give to make that shift.
Yeah, and I don't want to track.
Yeah.
To be clear, most of my clients track. I just don't want to right now.
Yep.
It's not a thing I'm interested in doing. I have my 2 core meals as my main meals a day.
Yeah, which is kind of portion controlled to a degree. It's like they're no more than 500 calories.
Yeah.
Like you look at the whole menu.
Yeah.
Like I think the lowest one's like 35 grams protein or something.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not that hard when you have a history of tracking.
Correct.
To make an informed decision about your nutrition.
I think if I put my calories together, my protein's probably a little under.
Yeah.
On average, but like whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the strategy at the moment. So no food after 7. Do something every day. So program weight trainings 4 days a week. But like if I have the opportunity, it's been a week to go play golf. If I miss the arm session, I don't care. Like, no, I have arms every day.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And then I have an arm session.
Yeah. From a guy who has small arms, I'm like, that's not an option.
Yeah. I am self-conscious about my arms at the moment too. So yeah, that's the strategy at the moment. Get down to there, and then I'll figure it out. I was kind of tempted. So Jess is doing peaking her deadlift and her bench press. Yeah. And doing the run as well. Yeah. All in a pretty similar tight time frame. And I was like, maybe I'll do the bench with you. And I got all excited about it, talking to her about it, and I was like, nah. Don't wanna.
Yeah, like, it's not enough.
Yeah, like where I'm training doesn't. If I had an environment where I could have done the deadlift, I probably would have got excited about it and done it. Yeah, because I don't need a spot or anything like that. But it's in an upstairs. I would have to go do my deadlifts at night time when there's kids and shit. Fuck off, leave me alone.
Yeah, I actually had another client comment about the amount of children that go into that gym.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just like, after 3 o'clock, he's like, don't even fucking think about it. I was like, yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, tell your clients to say hello to me because I don't know who they are.
I will.
So if they see me.
One of them trains around midday, so you guys would probably cross paths. Yeah.
Yeah, every time I see someone jacked, I'm like, wonder if that's Jason's client. I just assume.
It's really tall. Like, he's like 6'4".
Yeah, right. So
6'3". Yeah, he's so tall.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, tell him to say hello.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So yeah, the environment's very like OG Phoenix. Yeah. Like it's not conducive to barbell training, but the machines are really good. Mm. And if the music sucks.
Sounds delightful.
What was her name? Fucking hell. The brunette that they used to play there all the time.
I don't know. I just remember Sophie Alice Bextor.
That's her.
Murder on the dance floor. Yeah. Fuck me, bro.
So it's like soft techno, and every now and then they'll drop like you hit the right day and the right person's on, and you got like some Timmy Trumpet mix or something. It's like, don't need my headphones today. Yeah. But usually it's like softer techno. It's not. No one's G'd up.
What's your preferred workout music?
It depends.
Like so let's just go. I don't know.
What
gun to the head? You've got 3 playlists.
What am I training for?
Whatever you train for. You got 3 playlists. What are you going to pick? You get to cycle through those 3 playlists for the rest of your life.
So if I am training to maximize the outcomes of training, I would train to a new metal playlist. If you don't know what
it's good.
New metal is, it's like...
It's the best kind.
Yeah, it's like Limp Bizkit,
you can actually hear the words.
Linkin Park... edging onto
System
like Slipknot, System,
yeah.
Breaking Benjamin. Yeah. Basically just means detuned guitars with some melody and some yelling.
Yeah. It's about as far as I can go personally.
Yeah. So that I like. Lately I've been training to just like a 90s hip hop playlist a lot. Yeah. Just like, because I'm just vibing when I train at the moment.
Yeah. 90s hip hop's like it's safe. I'm
not in there like pushing every set to failure or anything like that. Like my 2 RIRs, nice and comfortable. Yeah. Look up my exercises. Did how much did I do last week? Did more this week. Tick the box and out we go. I'm not headbutting barbells and shit like I would be if I was prepping for powerlifting. So yeah, they would be the 2.
Okay.
I do.
So what about a third one?
A third one would be Timmy Trumpet Radio on Spotify.
Yeah.
Just a bit of a.
It's very similar.
Get a bit of a whack happening.
Yeah. It's called Coke Rap.
Okay.
So they're just like a bunch of gangsters rapping.
That's the Freddie Gibbs guy, right?
Yeah. Like Pusha T and
yeah.
I like because it has a softer.
Can I have another one?
No. Yeah.
Because I would interchange Timmy Trumpet with Stormzy.
Yeah. Okay.
I like a Stormzy playlist.
Yeah. I'm smashing the cocaine rappers at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also like the kind of new metal playlists for when I have to get G'd. But then what I've also been doing is just having like a chilled playlist.
Mm-hmm.
So like chilled hits.
Yeah.
And I'll play that as well. Because I find like I get too overstimulated in the gym, and if like I'm listening to like fucking Freddie Gibbs like just spitting fire and shit, and it's in between the sets and stuff, I'm like, this is too much.
Yeah.
Or if I've got a massive day, and I don't need to get myself that G'd up for the workout.
Yeah.
Like I find like if I'm on the pendulum squat, I'm gonna do everything I can to fucking G myself up because I have to. It's just like fucking hurts. It's shit, but I have to do it.
Yeah.
Where if like it's back day, I'm just like, nah, it's fucking. I can just listen to whatever I want.
Yeah.
Just put myself in like a really good mood.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, just get after it.
Yeah.
I
will podcast.
Yeah, see, I found with podcasting, I ended up not listening, and if I went down a rabbit hole too much, I had too much break between my sets.
Yeah, so I listen to a podcast I don't care about that much.
Yeah, like RBP. I remember like I used to just like laugh, and then like people just like look at me. It's like, oh fuck, I'm not laughing at you or whatever. It's just I just end up becoming that weirdo. Like, because they just talk about like fucking shit,
random shit. Yeah,
like literally shit.
So
like,
I don't mind like James Smith, but he doesn't release them often enough.
Yeah.
Or like a Rogan or something that I can check out of the conversation and come back.
Yeah.
60 seconds later that the set took and not have missed anything.
Yeah.
So they're not like heavy. I'll listen to heavy podcasts in the car where I have to pay attention to learn things.
Yeah.
But yeah, something that's just bullshit.
Yeah.
Is nice as a pod in the background.
Yeah.
I've actually gotten on to, his name's Mark Gagnon.
Okay.
I think that's how you say it.
Yeah.
He is on Flagrant with Schultz.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen it, he's the guy with the long curly hair. He's also a comedian. But he's doing these like super long form interviews at the moment, like almost Rogan style.
Yeah.
With like super interesting stories. So the one we watched the other day was a kid in New York who basically became they arrested him under the Kingpin laws.
Yeah.
For moving coke and everything else. He ended up getting it down-regulated. But yeah, gone to prison. He's come back out, and now he runs. He went into prison really fat, trained, come out. There's like a Vice documentary and shit on him.
Yeah.
Came out, now he runs. He started doing boot camps in the park.
Yeah.
Opened a facility. Now he's franchising the facility. He's like...
What's his name?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's from the Dominican Republic.
Sounds...
Very good-looking, dark...
Yeah. The story sounds familiar. So if I knew the name, I would go, that's this guy.
Yeah, it's like Confit or something like that. But yeah,
I think I know who you're talking about.
He's put like prison. He bought prison gates to go in the gym and like just really leaned into the branding and stuff.
Yeah.
And now he's opening a cannabis dispensary as well. So he's back out.
That's the fucking
selling legal weed. It's fucking mad.
That's the ticket right here. What's his name?
You got a photo?
Is it that guy?
No.
Oh, damn.
I'll look it up.
You can burn up to 1,000 calories in this dude's session, apparently.
Oops, look out.
Sign me up.
Yeah, so his podcast, though, he had this guy on there that, like, gave the first time Eminem ever went to New York, this dude showed him around.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, what's his name? Paul... owns Beats. Is it Rosenberg? Eminem's like main dude, the manager guy.
Oh no.
Anyway, so
sorry, bro.
He had to.
I'm not really helping you out right now.
Yeah, not at all. So he had to go
bad.
home. So this guy was like, "Cool, I'll show Em around."
Yeah.
And like showed him around New York and shit. And then he like was with Kanye when he wrote Twisted Dark Fantasy, and like the podcast goes for 3.5 hours. He's not a great speaker. because
And you still
obviously
watch it.
Mark doesn't have like the pull yet.
Yeah.
He says like every second word, and it does my head in. But the stories,
Yeah.
like he was in the room when this happened, and you're like, fuck,
Yeah,
this is
bad.
wild. So yeah, I've been listening to that a bit too.
Yeah.
That was a big tangent.
On a workout.
I've been watching those,
that
to
was
be honest. Yeah,
Oh, well, that was
on
the
YouTube, but yeah.
the podcast
Yeah,
during your workout.
that is a nice podcast that you could watch and not give a fuck about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? So before we move on, just wanted to make sure you guys know about our free resources on the website. So go to www.stcfit.com/resources and take advantage of our free body transformation guide, our SBD guide, and our body transformation quiz. So if you wanted to overhaul your current nutrition, because obviously like you're doing well maintaining it where you are, what decisions or where would you start to overhaul it to get you where you want to be?
Yeah, the hilarious thing is, like, I'm a Gen Pop client right now.
Yeah.
That's wild. Like, reflecting on it, it's like, I'm just a Gen Pop dude that goes to the gym. And so it's like my behaviors just need to reflect what a Gen Pop person would do.
Yeah.
So it's just like, eat less bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, and that's literally like cutting my food at 7 just means not eating ice cream and chocolate at night.
Yeah.
Because
It's knowing what feeds you have at certain times, and it's like, are they valuable or not?
yeah, and it's not an excuse. It's just why. Like, when I was on 650 grams of carbohydrates a day.
Yeah.
I was eating a bag of lollies after dinner.
Yeah.
Or a bucket of cereal, or
Fuck, that's making me salivate. I'm so hungry.
like low calorie ice cream and shit. It's like that was just normal just to get the food in.
Yeah.
So it's just a habitual thing of like, well, I've had dinner, I'll have dessert.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, stop that. Remember, before you were a large human, you actually only ate unfriendly foods once or twice a week, not every day. It's like, oh, okay, well, I'll just go back to doing that.
You know, a random hypothesis I have my own physique about pushing the body weight up in the calories. I reckon my waist has gotten bigger because of it.
Yeah, I definitely have.
Yeah, so my midsection is significant. Like dieting down now, because it's like kind of the first time I've like tried to push the body weight down. In a while.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I'm noticing. I'm like, fuck, to bring that back in, I'm gonna have to do some shit. Because I feel like it's literally not like a block, but it's fucking way wider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, like, I definitely subscribe to that idea. So remember when it was like, oh, they got growth gut, bruh. Like the bodybuilders had that distension. It's like, dude, it's just food, man.
It's eating to the point where you can't eat anymore, and then having to, and just continuously being bloated and stuff like that. Definitely takes its toll on your midsection.
I've even considered, like, it's interesting if you have a look at Dad. He's got like this constant distension pocket, and his dad has the same thing. And I've always been like, fuck, I hope that doesn't happen to me. And I'm even like, maybe in my head, like, probably makes no logical sense. Like, fuck, maybe I should just start training abs just to pull that distension back in. Yeah, or vacuum.
I know, as bro as it sounds, like most bodybuilders that try to get their waist back in, they vacuum nearly every day. Yeah, because it's sometimes it's not necessarily like you just have like more massive stretches, like you just don't have the control to keep it where it is, so it's just relaxed all the time. Yeah, and like if you have poor muscle tone, for whatever reason, because you lack the control, like that's just gonna sit out. So I thought about it the other day. I listened to another bodybuilding podcast where they were just like, hey, this guy like, you know, made significant changes in midsection from like vacuuming like every day. Yeah. So it's like, fuck it. Like, give it a go. At the gym, you can just like, you know, go on your all fours, do your vacuums and stuff. And like, then it's just like, get on with your workout. Like,
I remember when I was in like grade 4 or 5 and like me and my mate first noticed girls. Yeah. We were like, oh, we should get abs. So we used to sit in class and just flex our abs as hard as we fucking could. Yeah. Like all the time.
That's the best.
Just like, like I was made to like get into fitness.
Yeah.
I started engineering in high school, but it was always there.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
And then you realize the bigger you get, the more men you just look a big king. Yeah. Fucking hell.
Yeah. Hilarious.
So you've restricted your ability to eat at certain times of the day. Yeah. Is there anything else that you think you need to do in order to move the body weight down and get yourself where you need to be?
Yeah, so another... the protein is the other thing that we sort of touched on.
Yeah. Why is that so important?
to maintain my muscle mass as
particularly
as now I'm going to be, that decision to cut food early is going to push me into calorie deficit. So I want to maintain the muscle and just recovery.
Yeah.
Like running, it's surprising how fucking sore you get from running.
Yeah.
Which then affects, like I'm sore. I've got to train legs tomorrow from the run. It's like,
are you one of those people that likes a little bit more protein than people kind of like normally can have in a deficit, or you just like, you can just have, kind of just enough?
Yeah, I prefer, my preference is to eat less.
Yeah.
But I think I need a lot.
Yeah. I'm the opposite. I reckon I could eat more.
Yeah, okay.
I could eat
you love it.
250, 300 grams.
Yeah.
I reckon the physique looks better.
Yeah.
I will argue that the more protein you have, providing it's healthy and safe, and you do the right things to consume the protein. So, like more vegetables, like make sure you have adequate fiber, like, making sure that you probably like just don't smash the red meat, so you're not just consuming in terms of iron and stuff. Mm-hmm. I would argue that your physique would probably be more aesthetic in most instances than not.
Yeah. So I think there is and my approach to nutrition at the moment is as much reduce friction as much as fucking possible.
Yeah, I like it.
So 2 core meals, that's lunch and dinner.
Yep.
The challenge I have is breakfast.
Yeah.
Because I can eat eggs for like 3 days and they make me gag.
I did not know that until we went away, that you actually hated eggs.
Yeah, I don't hate them. Like,
you kind of were very vocal about it, but yeah.
I lean into the idea.
You didn't really kind of enjoy them. It's like fucking wild.
I don't like breakfast food.
Yeah. Like
bacon, eggs, that's like makes me feel shit.
I had a bacon and egg sandwich before I came here.
So I had my sausage and egg today after
last
week.
Having
it.
Yeah.
And it was good.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Why not?
Yeah, so the biggest challenge I have, and then I tried to have some whey with my oats this week, and because I haven't had it for a while.
It fucked around with you a bit?
Yeah, I actually had muffins instead of oats.
Yeah.
So then I didn't have the extra milk.
Yeah.
And had a protein shake, and I felt like fucking trash.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what my solution is there.
I'd be interested if you remove the protein, how that would feel, and then if you got a different protein.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like, I think the blends of protein sit either well or not with certain people.
Yeah. Look, I've been using the same protein for... When did we start ordering bulk nutrients?
Yeah. Even the blends. Sometimes, like, the blend might sit a bit nicer than the isolate, and vice versa for some people. So I'd just be really interested to know, like, just that process of elimination. It's like, what's actually causing the distress? It's like, if you can eat ice cream, it's not the fucking milk.
Yeah, well, I'm going to try it with water and see.
Yeah.
Because this is a hack for anybody out there in these winter months. I've got a manual milk frother.
Yeah.
An auto milk frother, actually. So you put it in the jug,
put
the jug on the thing, push the button, it heats it to a temperature.
Fuck.
So then you can control the temperature so you don't overheat the protein.
You
literally just pour the milk in the thing.
It just mixes.
Scoop it in the top, push the button, and you have hot chocolate that's a protein shake.
Yeah, okay.
It's fucking delicious.
Yeah.
But my stomach didn't agree with it. So I'm going to try it with water.
Yeah.
So still be warm. It's like a hot Milo with hot water with a dash of milk kind of idea.
I've kind of trained myself to just have protein with water now.
Yeah. So I'm going to try
oats,
that.
I have oats with water. It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. No.
I've just trained myself. I'm just a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
It's like just do the thing with the least amount of calories.
I think if I could do that, it would make a big difference.
Yeah.
Like it's an extra 45 grams in the morning.
Yeah. So adding the protein, adding that extra serving in of protein.
Yeah.
Would.
Yeah. Because I think with the core meals, my like lazy snack is, as much as it's fortified, it's still decent macronutrient profile, is an up and go.
Yeah.
Like my quick, instead of, it's like my blood sugar's dropping and I'm starting to feel a bit rough, but I can't eat right now.
Yeah.
Grab an up and go instead of a cookie.
100%.
Or the fucking, assorted cream pack that's in the cupboard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't really subscribe to the bastardizing of processed food. I think what's more important is just like averting your attention to options that you may have access to at the right time.
Yeah. Because it's just stuff that doesn't make you feel like shit.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, it's like, if, like you said, it's like getting the up and go, you've identified that there's like a really big hole in the day where you actually can't sit down, have a main meal, whatever it is, work commitments, life commitments, whatever. So then it's like, if you're one of those people that also bastardizes like processed food, that makes that hole even harder to fill.
Yeah.
And then you are also restricting choices that align with the goal at the same time. So you're just like, in a stage of someone with like friction, as removing it as the goal, it's like just pick something.
Yeah,
you know, it's
so I'll have my afternoon snack at the moment, which is usually post training, which helps.
Yeah,
will be an Up and Go and a jelly fruit cup.
Yeah,
so it's like, yeah, sure, it's a little bit of sugar. I'm also an 85 kilo male that trains.
A jelly fruit cup would have like 20 grams of carbs in it, maybe.
Now 7 days a week. It's like, chill. So, and it gets a serve of fruit in. The core meals are really good on the vegetable side.
Yeah, you easily get 1 to 2 serves of veggies in there. There's way more than 100 grams of veggies or 150 grams of veggies in some of those.
So micronutrient-wise, I'm pretty Gucci. And even weekends, like I prioritize it. Trying to eat extra fruit and stuff as well when it's in the house. So, just like lots of reduced friction stuff, better decisions. And I think like what you were touching on there is like people will say Up and Go is highly processed and it's got lots of sugar in it. Yeah. Like, okay, well the energized one has 20 grams of protein. So when you don't have the Up and Go,
what do you have?
Because it's too processed. An hour later, what do you eat?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, whatever you can stuff into your face.
Yeah, because you're like, I need calories as quickly as possible, and it happens.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
the process thing kind of just kills me a little bit because it's just like, how far do you go?
So
what's the what does processed mean? And then it's like, how many processes are you going to allow for you to consider that a food to eat?
Correct. Yeah.
Like it's a slippery slope. It's like rather, there's foods that should take the forefront of our decisions because they're going to increase the likelihood of us facilitating health, physiological function, our goals, and all those things. And most of those are like, in as raw a form as its natural state as possible.
It's probably good. Yeah.
But it's not necessarily saying that like you can't have a cereal, something that sits on a shelf for however long and it's got all of these things in it. It's like, it's just a fucking slippery slope, man, going down that approach, especially when you're struggling with nutrition. It's like, well, I'm not saying you're struggling, but it's like when there is friction, adding in more variables starts to decrease the likelihood of the success of the plant. And it's like, we talk about how simple nutrition is. It's only simple in terms of like the numbers and stuff. Yeah. It's as simple in terms of the mechanism.
The psychology's not.
The psychology is literally the most complicated thing because we're humans. We socialize over food. It's a really big component of our life. Like, there were thousands of years where we didn't have it in abundance. That still plays, havoc on our decision making when it's not around.
Yeah.
So all of those things do start to, I guess, influence people's decisions.
Yeah.
So when you understand that, you're like, maybe let's not worry too much about the processed food. Yeah. Let's just think about where we can getting your 5 serves of veg, 2 pieces of fruit, and maybe your 3 to 4 servings of protein per day.
Yeah, and there's a few points that I would probably spin off that as well. Like, we just had the discussion, eggs are fucking great for you.
Yeah.
They make me feel like shit.
Yeah.
So I don't eat them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but I can, like you said, eat ice cream okay or whatever. Up and Goes sit really well in my stomach. I have no problem with them. So that is important. It's like food that agrees with you is important because everyone wants to talk about fucking gut health. And it's like, what food do you eat that doesn't make you feel shit?
Yeah.
Eat it.
Yeah. For my guys that are listening now, they'll be nodding their heads because I say that all the time. I'm like, especially like for the ones that obviously are like, competing and stuff. I'm like, we need the foods that like you at the moment. We don't need any other foods right now. I don't care if you've eaten them in the past and whatever up to this point. It's like the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's just food where you eat, you feel like it goes through, it digests, it doesn't sit in your stomach. You move on and you can eat again. Yeah.
I made mashed potato the other night for Amy and myself. And I always leave the skin on. Yeah. Especially in the thermo, you can still get it real.
Yeah, like soft and consistent.
Real nice.
Yeah, yeah.
But Amy hadn't eaten it for a while. And she was fucked. Like her guts like blew up.
Yeah, because so much fiber.
For a day or so. She's like, I just haven't eaten that much fiber in a while. She's been having rice and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, but whole potato skin on, that's great, right? It's like, yeah, okay.
In a certain amount of, exposing anyone to a bolus dose of food, any type of food after a period of not having it is always going to challenge the digestive system. It's like people that, like when they go on a health kick, which is awesome, never going to, like tell people not to. But when they eat the foods that like, they would deem like, just like a luxury or just like bad for some people, which is, whatever. They go, it's like my body just doesn't like it anymore. Yeah. It's like, it's not that it doesn't like it. It's that it's not prepared to digest the food down because the exposure's been less over a period of time.
Yeah.
It's like, increase the exposure, and you know, in 9 times out of 10, that's going to sort itself out.
Increase your exposure of fucking bananas and see what happens.
Yeah, that's it.
You still shit yourself.
Yeah, and even like whenever food introductions come back in, and we do this like post in the recovery phase, like of our pre-contest again, like just as an extreme example, it's always like pick a wide variety of things in small amounts and see which one hits and which one doesn't. And if it doesn't, it's like let's grade why it hasn't.
Yep.
And then can we play around with that? Is an even smaller exposure to it what's necessary? Do we need it more frequently in those smaller amounts? Can we grade it? Blah, blah, blah. Is it valuable? You know, do you need to have, I don't know, whatever it is, like fucking oranges? Like, do you need to have those? Can you get by without them? You know, like, is there other foods that we can kind of gravitate towards? You know, all of those things are important when you're going through a phase of restriction, and then, you know, trying to get back to like a normal, you know, kind of wide variety diet, because they're the things that happen when you're trying to get in shape. Like, you want to simplify things.
Yeah, you eat 14 foods.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's like, no matter, you can control it as much as you like. It's like the most success, I would argue, the most success comes from the people that eat the least amount of food groups.
Yep.
In over a period of time. It's not to say like you're never allowed to eat, you know, oily fish and crustaceans and fucking all these different grains and whatever. It's just like, realistically, if I said to you, before the run, I'm going to get you into the best condition of your life from a body fat perspective, you're eating rice, lean meat, green vegetables. Yeah. And you're probably going to have a little bit of fats from peanut butter and stuff.
That's it.
And you're probably just going to eat protein powder.
Done.
You know, really?
Done.
Oats.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of stuff. Like, I look at like even my traditional or habitual eating over the last 3 to 6 months: rice flour, protein powder, meat, rice, veggies, eggs, bread. 7 foods. Yeah. And then, you can chuck in a little bit of stuff here and there, but it's like there's 7 foods that lay the core of fruit as well. 8. Yeah. 8 foods that lay. So that even just like the people out there like thinking, like, you know, well, even just as a valuable lesson, it's like sometimes too much variety distorts the system, you know, like it's almost like trying your best to simplify and even getting creative ways of making the foods that you like to eat from a simple fashion. Yeah. And it's like, that's the easiest, most repeatable way.
Yeah, and it's the pendulum swing thing, right? Like, we went into if it fits your macros, bro, stop eating like a bro diet, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And the first 6 months you do that, it's like, how much shit food can I fit in my diet? And then you realize you're actually more obsessed with food than what you were previously, because every meal you have to think about the macro split of that meal to make it fit. And then how do I fit that? And it's a
and how does that affect your, you know, food reward system? Yeah, your brain chemistry and stuff. It's like every meal has to be a party now. And correct. You're always like craving sweet, salty, fatty foods. It's like that has its fucking effect on you as well for some people.
Whereas if you can reverse that, and it's not, what you're describing there isn't restriction. You didn't wake up and go, chocolate's bad for me. Yeah. You woke up and went, yeah, chocolate isn't really serving me. These foods are really easy to prepare. They're not fucking over the top exciting in terms of eating them. They're also not shit. Yeah. And I feel pretty good when
I make them. You make them in a way that you like to eat them.
And that's it. I'd put enough barbecue sauce on it that I enjoy it. And then it's like fucking good to go. Yeah. And then, even coming back to the fortified food thing, it's like, the people that lean hard, like food that rots and like the whole food thing, it's like, grab a handful of cashews. Yeah. Okay, well, you just had 600 calories. Yeah. And I had 200. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then we'll get out of the shower and put fucking deodorant on. Yeah. But has to worry about the fucking shit in your food. It's like, okay, bro. Or they'll like, you know, smash a fucking 10-pack of pingers over a long weekend with their mates, and it's like, what?
Limiting exposure, maybe.
Oh yeah, I just got this gear from a random guy out of the car park at the gym.
Yeah, that came from a bathtub.
Watch that processed food, bro.
Yeah. So look, it's I think, like you said, it is dependent on the outcome that you're trying to create. Yeah. Which for me is, the top priority for me is mental performance. Yeah. That is what dictates how I train and what dictates how I eat. It dictates, there is obviously a vanity element to how I look as well. Like that is something that I am invested in. And potentially we'll look at the photo shoot later in the year just to kind of drive in on it, depending on how life looks. But yeah, like that.
What's up, guys? So before we move on, just a little bit more information for those people who are curious about coaching. Maybe they want someone to take care of their training, get a bit more specific, take it to the next level, or even just keep them accountable to all of the things that they need to do. So again, you guys can go onto the website, get a little bit more information. It's got all the information on there on what's involved to take your training to the next level. You can hit the inquiry button, and then we'll get on a strategy call and see what we can do for you.
What are you trying to train for should determine how you're going to eat. So it's like, okay, well, I want to absolutely maximize every ounce of muscle growth. Okay, well, you need protein, you need micronutrients, you need food that make you feel good so you can sleep well and blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, build a diet based around that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm really struggling to get my carbohydrates in. Okay, what is the easiest way for you to get them in? I tried every bag of lollies under the sun. Red frogs, I could eat a bag of red frogs while I trained and it not affect my digestive system. I didn't have a crash. I don't know why. I felt fine eating that. Yeah. Eating a bag of Chicos, I got like just yuck. I feel gross. I feel shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, you need to find those extra calories. Sure, maybe you can't eat fucking 2 kilos of rice a day. Yeah. Well, but if you feel okay after that, stick with that. And then it just became a staple. Yeah. Like, well, that's this time, that's this time, that's this time. Yeah. And then same for the deficit. It's like, okay, well, what foods make you satiated? What foods make you feel good? What foods improve your brain power?
Performance,
so you're not like feeling like shit all day and like you're fucking failing at life just because you're in a deficit.
Yeah.
I remember breaking
What's going to increase the likelihood of success?
Yeah. I remember sitting down with a client. She was like, fuck, I'm so hungry. I'm like, what are you eating? And it was like, fucking 2 Wheat Bix for breakfast and this and this. I was like, okay.
It's not good use of the calories.
Yeah, it's like, why don't you have, instead of having Wheat Bix, have yogurt and blueberries? It's like you can have twice as much. Yeah. You get twice as much satiety from them, half the amount of carbohydrates, and then you'll get to have more for lunch. It was like, oh, okay. And then within a week, it was like, oh, you feel better now.
Yeah. So when I was rummaging through all of our articles that we have, which are fucking heaps, I actually wrote one called Your Fat Loss Cheat Sheet. Yep. And there's actually highly effective strategies in there that we've spoken about today.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So I was like, fucking wow. Like, I wrote that so long ago.
Yeah, we were writing those in jail time.
Oh, it was like, satiety index, time-restricted feeding, picking foods that, sit well, all of those things. I think if you categorize your foods based off your needs, the first layer is nourishment. So it's like, what does your body need? That's what I claim as nourishment, right? It's like providing for a purpose of basal function. So no, that's still protein, carbs, and fats and micronutrients, right? Because we need those things for nourishment. Yep. Then after that, it's like, is there an excess energy demand? Yep. So if that person is a highly active individual who's driving performance, maybe an extra bit of muscle tissue or just size in general for their sport or activity, there's going to be an excess supply of energy that needs to be met. They can get that from almost anywhere. Yeah. So the nourishment part of it is protein, carbohydrates, maybe from like starches and, kind of like whole grains, like just, more fibrous stuff to help support function. Yeah. And then your fats as well to like serve their purpose outside of energy supply. Yeah.
I've always, I talked about this years ago, man. Years ago, that like as in before powerlifting, like the last photo shoot I did. Yeah. Was my diet, surplus, deficit, maintenance, the crux of it, the main 3 meal. Remember I used to have Chobani, blueberries, and a couple of squares of chocolate. My dessert for breakfast.
Cherries. You used to even had the cherries at one stage.
Yeah, I moved to blueberries after the cherries.
Yeah, the cherries fucking blew my mind.
Yeah, anyway. I might go back to that. It might solve my protein problem. It's just cold.
Yeah.
And it's fucking cold in Gisborne.
Cream or ice, bro.
Yeah, maybe. So that core breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack was the same.
Yeah. Always. And that's how I generally eat.
So you want to get bigger? Eat more snacks around it. Yeah. Eat more.
Or just stack on the meals as well.
Yeah. And then, so you want to get leaner? Eat less snacks. And so like the mentality now is actually going back to oh yeah, that's how I used to get lean. Yeah. I used to just stop eating dessert.
Yeah. Yeah. I was sitting on the shitter the other day and I actually was thinking about like
me?
Compartmentalizing the diet. It's like, if you compartmentalize your diet, you can not only compartmentalize the ingredients within the meal. So like I usually kind of encourage like 3 ingredient foods, like meals. So it's like protein, carb, fat. Like, and then if you can do that and then break down the meals themselves, not only do you have the ability to break down the composition of the meal and adjust that based off your goals, remove the carb, half it, remove the protein. You wouldn't do that, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You also have the ability to remove the meal.
Yeah.
So your time restricted feeding model is like, cool, well, why don't I maybe instead of removing the meal, I take a protein sparing modified fasted model, remove the carb and the fat, but keep the protein. And then the rest of the day stays the same.
Yeah.
Or maybe I just push the feeding windows up and bring one down, and I could just have a protein at the end of the day too. So it's like all of a sudden you've got 3 proper meals and then a protein either side of it. So it's like, if anything, trying to compartmentalize your diet like that is a simple way of setting yourself up for success. It's still, you still have to lean into like the fundamentals of nutrition, calories, fucking protein, meal timing, and that if you're serious about getting your results. But it's like, a simple way of swapping in and out your food to make it fit your goals and schedule is exactly what you guys need to adopt.
I subscribe to that 100%. And the more I become a gen pop, not athlete, like the more this stuff just like makes so much sense. The stuff that we've been talking about forever, because it's like, this is what clients need to do. Because they're not willing to track everything that goes in their face like I was for an extended period of time. Now I'm not. It's like, cool, how do I set up a healthy diet that makes me feel good?
I still think there's value in tracking absolutely everything you put in your mouth for a period of time, because 100%. You're able to do that now, and because I'm able to. Skill set. Like I put my food back into. I tracked yesterday just to get an idea of. So it's between 2,200 and 2,500. And I was like, okay, I'm happy to sit here because I don't feel like shit. So, but then it's like today I won't track. I had the same breakfast. I'm going to eat the same lunch. We're going to have a different dinner, which is like a variation of meat and 3 veg, really. So it's like, and I know last night's dinner was way more calorie dense than tonight's. So if that fits, tonight will fit. But it's having those skills that you have to adopt by using that.
The time.
Like the post that we put up on Fit last night was like, don't make these nutrition mistakes. And like portion control was one of those. So you have to adopt a system of portion control. If you do want to get in good shape, and if you want to get in exceptional shape, the micromanagement of that changes.
I think every single person should track macros for a period of time.
I agree. 3 to 6 months.
Took the word down my mouth.
Because it's just like you get to understand like the lattes, the orange juices, the Powerades, like the couple of biscuits that you have in the tea room at work, like all of that shit can add up to a significant amount of food. And then even on the weekend, it's like. It is so easy to consume between 500 and 1,000 calories 3 days in a row and offset a week's worth of dieting, or like not even offset it, just like nullify 75% of it to a point where your results are insignificant over that week. And that pisses you off, and then you get demotivated, and then you fucking, try something extreme and it doesn't work out, and the shit show just, continues.
An example of the importance of the food awareness, you mentioned juice. So my wife's like trying to, because I'm eating this way, she can't eat frozen meals every day. Fuck, it does her head in. And she doesn't like enough stuff to have the variety as well. So it's like it becomes challenging. She's prepping her own food and I'm eating my own food. We still eat together, but we kind of eat separate foods, but at the same time. So because I'm not influencing the meal selection, it's lacking in micronutrients. Because she just fucking hates vegetables, and I just like force them into her. It's like, we're trying to have a baby, fucking eat it. So she's aware of that and like, okay, well, I need to start searching for more micronutrients, blah blah blah. So she's like, she had we got the V8 juice.
I was just about to say, you just make a juice. So you can even make one.
We have a thermo. So she bought that. She had it the other day and like went to the bathroom straight away. She's like, oh, that worked really well. Like obviously the fiber from the juice. I was like, babe. She's like, what? I'm like, it's juice. There's no fiber in it. She's like, yeah, it's fruit, isn't it? I'm like, no, it's fruit. It's been juice. I pulled it out. It was like 0.2 grams of fiber per 100 ml. She was like,
it's got to be thick. It's got to be thick. You got to shake that baby for the fiber.
And she was like, oh, I'm like, it still has micronutrients in it, but Like the fiber's still going to have to come somewhere else in your diet. It's like, oh, okay. So, and that's the shit that not tracking for long enough, you don't kind of know. Yeah. And even like for Amy, like she's tracked in the past and just forgot.
Yeah.
So learning how to read food labels and how to do all that shit through that process, that education around nutrition is so valuable for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I agree.
So, do you have more on that?
No, I'm good.
I have 2 challenges for you.
Okay.
1, I want you to not have coffee until midday.
Yeah.
For 5 days. Tell me how you feel.
Do you want to be around me in the morning? Or?
I'll bring it. A podcast day is different because you have to be on.
Oh, yeah, right.
Try it. So I went off it, right? We talked about this on the podcast the other week.
Yeah.
Went to my tea in the morning.
Does it have to be midday or just 90 minutes after waking?
No, longer.
Okay.
Longer. So got up the other day, had what I thought was, I was telling you before, I thought I had so much work to get done.
Oh, yeah.
Turned out to be like fucking an hour.
I do that all the time. Fuck, so busy.
So I had the coffee for the rest of the day. Way moodier, way more frustrated with other people, way more frustrated with myself.
Stay out of his way, people.
Sketchy.
Yeah.
Like all over the place. And I was like, I used to feel like this every day.
Yeah.
All the time. If I have it in the afternoon, I'm fine.
Interesting.
So try it.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think.
Cool.
And then there's another one that I don't know when I'm going to do it.
Okay.
But it's totally fucking left field.
All right. Well, here we go. Was it like meditating or something? Or?
Worse.
Oh, fucking hell.
Way worse. Well,
yoga? No, I'm kidding.
So the theory is, right?
Yeah.
This is my quote for this podcast. So you can put this in your library for the week.
Yeah,
you won't use this one, but
I forgot the other one as well.
Purpose is at the end of thought.
Okay.
So if you remove enough distractions for a long enough period of time and allow your thoughts to pass, you will find the thing that is the purpose that you need to focus on.
Okay.
That's the theory, which I think makes sense.
Sure.
If you remove input, you eventually...
Yeah.
This is the thing I need to work on right now.
So what's the challenge?
You're so on fucking edge of your seat.
No, I'm just
I don't want the preface. Just fucking tell me what
I'm the high D, bro. It's like, I don't need your bullshit. Tell me what it is and I'll get there.
Stare at a wall.
Yeah.
Sit in a room with no distractions. Stare at a wall.
Yeah.
For an hour.
An hour?
Yeah.
Fucking me.
Yeah.
Any particular time of the day or you just got to stand and stare at it? So obviously I've got to do this when no one's home.
Well, if your dogs and Steph are going to win.
Yeah, well, it's like it'll disrupt you.
Correct.
She'll be like, what the fuck are you doing? She'll probably think I've gone crazy finally. It's like, all right, he's fucking cracked.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So I'm going to put a yoga mat down in my office.
Yeah, does it have to be blank wall?
I reckon it'll help.
Yeah, I've got a white wall. I'm just curious if there's...
Yeah. So I think
So what do I have to do when I stare at it?
Nothing.
Oh, Leo,
Just see what happens. Just see what
start
happens.
thinking about golf, I reckon.
My purpose, close STCfit and turn it into STC golf.
Become an even more average bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So I'm
yeah, okay.
I want to try it.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really fucking difficult.
Do you ever deter yourself from doing things like that in fear that it'll tell you to do something that is not what you're doing right now?
Yeah, it's counterintuitive.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
I know you've said like with DMT and shit.
The ayahuasca thing.
Yeah,
it's like I'd love to just like fucking go, trek the mountains and the pyramids or whatever the fuck it is. Drink some fucking ayahuasca and just fucking trip balls and whatever. But it's like, what if they like you need to
You're doing all of this wrong.
leave your wife of fucking 18 years and quit your job that you this business you've been running for the last 8 years and just like go and do whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, does that not terrify you?
I'm pretty comfortable with where my life is.
Yeah, but what if that's
no? I think that only happens if you're not living a purposeful life.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
If you hate your wife and you're in a shit job and you pretend you don't hate your wife and you pretend you don't hate your job.
Yeah. Okay.
And then so like I look at hallucinogenics and this is going in a place.
Yeah. How are we doing for time? Are we good? No, we're doing all right. It's about an hour.
So like. The word God, right, means different things to lots of different people.
Yeah, yeah.
I had this conversation.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I I had the conversation with my super hippie wife the other day, and she always says to me, she always prefaces when she wants to talk about like woo-woo shit. Like, I know it's not your thing, but... And I'm like, stop saying that.
Actually, I've actually heard her say that to me.
Yeah. I'm like, stop saying that, because people believe in lots of different stuff.
Yeah.
My personal position of spirituality is there's something, because everyone's talking about something. And then the filter you put the something through is the story that you tell that allows you to find some form of explanation. Yeah. Whether that's the fucking Holy Trinity of God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit, or it's like Amy's into like all this soul stuff at the moment. Yeah. Like, we're here to learn stuff, so then we go to a higher plane once we've learned our lessons, and if you fuck a lesson
is that
up, you have to come
back. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'll
It's got something to do with like 9 or some shit.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it's got something to do with like there's realms, and like if you've lived a purposeful enough life in this one, you'll go to the next one. Yeah, yeah, I've heard about it.
And then there's even people that like they're like, hey, you're awesome, but the world's fucked. Can you come help? Yeah. So she went and did this like regression, fucking hypnotherapy stuff, and found out what her soul purpose was.
We've gone some places on our podcast today.
Yeah. So. What was I going to talk about? Yeah, so the hallucinogen stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So, love me a mushroom. Fucking love it. Yeah. I think whatever that is, when you go there, whether it's DMT, ayahuasca, mushrooms, LSD in a controlled environment that's not a party drug, I think you have access to something that is what I would use the term God, which means different things to everybody, understanding that. It's the thing. Whatever the fucking thing is.
Yeah, the person that you speak to that speaks back to you.
Yeah, that isn't a person, it's a thing.
Whatever it is that that you speak to and it speaks back to you and tells you to do the thing.
So it's out there.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I think, let's say we're all fucking idiots and all that is just your subconscious mind. Yeah. You know, in that situation, you hate your wife. Yeah. Like the bloke that takes, I'm not Jason. Jason loves Steph very, very much. So the guy that goes to work and hates his job, and comes home and hates his life, he already fucking knows that. Yeah. And then he gets to in an environment where he can remove all the other noise and have a conversation with himself and or God and be like, nah, like, you're a fucking idiot. You're not, stop living this way. It's not fulfilling you. Yeah. Go do something about it. Yeah. So my big one was, I've had a couple. One I talked about on the podcast, which was like, fuck, should I just quit fitness? Because I'm dying. This is killing me. And I was like, you should keep going and it'll work out. And we've turned out.
That was the lead by example thing. Yeah. It was like you weren't leading by example when you actually thought about it. Yeah. And then, I know what you mean.
And then I think we've turned our...
They were in a pretty bad spot then.
Yeah, compared to right now, that's
fucking actually crazy to think about the timeline.
Pretty valuable conversation to have had with myself or God or whatever the fuck it was. Yeah. The other one that I had was I met what might be my son.
Yeah, right.
Which is wild.
Insane.
Yeah, it was like a light thing. I'm going to get all emotional about it. But it was, I met like a light that was like, I'm coming. And I'm going to be your best mate. And it's all going to be awesome.
Fuck, look at competition.
It's like, wild. Dog. Yeah, I think he might.
He's already fucking won. He's not even here, little bastard.
Yeah, so like that stuff, sick. I don't know, like maybe it was a conversation with myself and I made it up. Like the first trip I ever did was right after we miscarried. Yeah. And I was Mufasa.
Yeah, wow.
It was wild. Yeah. And I had this Simba and I was like doing the Pride Rock thing, like, don't go over there. Like, we're besties. Yeah. It's all good.
Don't go to good life.
Yeah, like...
We train at this gym.
The next one was like a year later, and it was like... It was just a ball of light that was here. Yeah. That I was on the same couch as Amy, and it just, like, went over her. I was like, soon.
Yeah, wow.
Fuck. Okay.
So we need to do some fucking mushrooms.
So... so taking the silent...
Bring this back for everybody.
The silent room for an hour.
Yeah.
If you want to take it to, like... Next level, do it on mushrooms.
Actually, I don't even know. Maybe that'll make it easier. I don't know. Actually, probably not for me. I have to move.
I think the
hardest part for me is going to be sitting still.
So,
do I have to cross my legs?
No, you do whatever you want.
I just have to stare at the wall.
You just have to stay awake. So my mechanism in those environments, and this is how we talked about depression on the other podcast today. Yeah. How I dealt with that at that time was super loud music, and I'd go to sleep.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, there's too much noise, turn it off. So
Yeah.
now when I'm in an environment like that, I just go to sleep.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to, I think I'll just put like a yoga mat down. So
Yeah.
that it's uncomfortable enough that I stay awake.
Yeah, I understand.
And then, yeah.
If it's the middle of the day, I can't sleep during the day, so I'll do it then.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what time it is.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. I'm
So-
going to do the coffee thing first. That seems way easier. I love how you like preface both of them. So I was like, fuck, coffee, no way. And then like, it's like stare at a wall for an hour. It's like, I'll take the fucking coffee.
Do you want to, with the guide?
Yeah, so some of the stuff today resonated with you guys. You wanted a bit more direction on where to start with your nutrition and training, data tracking. We have our body transformation guide, which you can access on the website. It literally has everything from A to Z. You guys can coach yourselves, take you guys through the steps, the journeys. Every single thing is there. Set your macros, work. We've got meal plans, meal guides, recipe ideas, training stuff, everything.
Yep.
So get access to that because that is going to be there for a limited time.
Which you'll, as you go through the guide, you'll actually get free access to our training app for a whole month.
Yeah. It's literally has, like I said, A to Z, everything, all the decisions we make for our clients, it's all mapped out for you guys to take advantage of and start getting results that you want.
Mm-hmm.
So check that out on the website.
STCfit.com.
Yeah, resources.
Yeah. I don't think we have any events or anything coming up.
We've
got our lift off this week.
Lift off,
but nothing for the public,
lift off on Sunday, right? Yeah. But that's it at the moment.
We'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, definitely. All right, guys, thanks for the journey. That was good.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. Today's been fun.
It went some places.
All right, catch you next time.